Well, some deemed it a tornado, others a brief storm. Local weather officials have pinned down Friday night's phenomenon, though, as a microburst. But by whatever the name, some eastern New Providence residents are still reeling from the blow it dealt. In this next report, our Corval Parfum tells us where Bahamas Power and Light officials are with restoration efforts.
Good evening, Makushla, and some good news on this back-to-work Monday. Power has now been fully restored to the estimated 1,000 Bahamas Power and Light customers that were impacted by Friday night's weather microburst in eastern New Providence. BPL's Chief Operations Officer, Christie, confirming that the majority of damage was confined to the Fox Hill South and Cool Acres areas, and power returned to those communities in less than 24 hours.
Following that, we'd have had some isolated areas that presented some challenges, inclusive of Imperial Park, due to the design and structure of the poles. Accessibility was a challenge. We'd have had some issues in San Souci. One issue, I think, let me see right here, High Vista, Fox Hill Road still remains a challenge, and then on Eastern Road and Chancery Lane. So those areas produce some challenges, so customers would have experienced some delays in getting those resolved. But as of 9 a.m. this morning, a majority of the customers were back online. Presently, we're still dealing with one isolated area in San Souci on Mandarin Drive, and customers, we apologize again for this delay, but some major equipment was damaged there, inclusive of a transformer and a cable fault, which is now being addressed.
The microburst lightning strikes hit several electricity poles that create power surges. These surges put pressure on a transformer that caused it to blow.
Most areas that are underground were not impacted unless there was a heavy surge that caused a cable fault, as is in the case of San Souci, where you have to go underground. But again, because of the high level of surge created by the lightning strike, this caused the equipment to damage. And of course, if lightning strikes the poles, the pole itself would snap, and that would have to be replaced, redug, and placed so that the lines can be pulled and reconnection done. On Fox Hill Road South, I witnessed, and they showed me that 3 poles were damaged there, but it was a lot of lines, low voltage and high voltage lines that were impacted, that came down. Trees impacted the lines and caused faults as well. So a lot of trees impacted the lines that had to be cleared. And again, these trees may have not been impacting the line initially, but because of the wind and whenever they broke, they just fell across the lines.
Well, some good news there tonight. Well, power restoration, Makushla, just the first step in what will undoubtedly be a very long journey ahead for these residents impacted by Friday's severe weather. Back to you in studio.